Welcome, everybody. I'm delighted to be joined by Martha, my friend and colleague who is in Singapore. And she's a relationship coach and a clinical sexologist. And just really want to ask you, how are you feeling in your body right now, Martha?
I'm feeling like I need to go to the gym, which I will in about half an hour.
Yeah, it's really interesting because, talking about actually going to the gym is about being in your body. And how do you translate being in your body into your work?
Um, when I used to, so I've been in practice for 11 years, and I used to get really overwhelmed during sessions when clients start crying, screaming, or shouting. So I very much want to escape. And it was almost as if, you're trying to create this imaginary wall between you and your client. And this is actually a technique that is being taught to therapists, and I didn't like that. So in our work, we need to be present for our clients, and also we need to be detached. So how do you manage that when you yourself are feeling really overwhelmed? So so to answer your question, how I make sure that I stay in my body while I'm with my clients in my work is I allow whatever I feel to come in. And it does affect me, but I've become much better over the years to let it go as it is happening.
Mhm.
So I use my breath, and I visualize the energy being coming into my body, and then let it out of my body, through my body, as if it's kind of like a tube. So it goes in, it comes out, goes down my feet, and then also out through my breath. So down my feet and out through my breath. So two ways. So as it is happening, I am staying present, but I'm also releasing overwhelmed so that I can stay present. And it is important that I do self-care as I'm doing this, because what has happened in the past is I'm absorbing and absorbing and absorbing. And after like 1 hour session or a full day of clients, I literally collapse. I cannot get out of bed. I cannot do anything with my day. I cannot have a life. I cannot meet my friends. I cannot talk. So over the years, I've just tried different things, and now it's just much easier and much better. And so even though in my work there is no touch or nudity, but the empathy is there, and I don't have to feel all of it. I can just feel the start of it, and I really get that, because I like, you kind of know what it feels like to go all the way into the pool, or you just dip your toe in. So I dip my toe in, and then I just start to just let it go out of me. And so that is my way of being in my body and staying present and connected with my client through the session.
Mhm. And how do you encourage your clients to stay in their body?
A lot of my work is not about teaching embodiment skills, I would have to say. A lot of times I meet them intellectually first, because for a lot of them, if they are not connected in their bodies, like they don't really understand what that means. The best way is actually to explain to them things that make sense first, and then teach them some embodiment exercises. So a lot of times when we feel what we feel, it's very easy for us to immediately start to rationalize, oh, I shouldn't be thinking this way, or never mind, just ignore it, or it's not going to help anyway. We cannot rationalize away the way we feel. So I normalize it for clients. I acknowledge what they're feeling, and then I explain to them the approach, and we take small steps towards them becoming more and more connected with their bodies, and work through the issue that they present to me with. A lot of times I feel that I really just am able to touch the surface of what clients present, because there's so many things that we can address, but it's always being very, very clear what the client is looking for and giving them what they're looking for, because there is literally like a 1,000 different ways we can approach the presenting issue. So what is the easiest, fastest, most direct way? First of all, they need to understand it. Otherwise, it's very difficult for them to do the exercises or the practices if they don't understand the why. Yeah, so then from there, always there will be some practices involving becoming more connected with their bodies.
Thank you. And I really heard a number of things, and I'd just like to reflect those back, that the important thing is of you staying connected and present for your client by being in your body and not absorbing, but just holding the space. And my experience of you is that you hold a very lovely space and a very heart-centered space. And then going from the working with your clients, you work from where they're at rather than where you want. So it's very much a client-led experience, and you're relating to them initially through the mind, and then if that's appropriate, moving into the body, which I think is a beautiful approach. So thank you for sharing that with us.
Thank you.
Thank you.